Hello. Hello, surprise. Happy Wednesday and welcome to the live stream. Why, yes, it is occurring 4 hours ahead of schedule. And there is a reason for that. I actually have, well, it's twofold. It actually is acting really nicely as a trial run for a thing that I announced. When did I announce it? In a vlog. I talked about it in one of my last vlogs for Vlogtober, but I got an email from one of the worship team, like the heads of the church programming. And it was like, P.S. We're reinstituting the midweek rehearsal for worship team members. We're like, okay, cool. So it means we get to sleep in an extra 45 minutes on Sunday mornings. Hallelujah. But they moved the rehearsal to Wednesday nights. And I was like, of course they did, which in my current scheduling situation, it actually works out for the best because Monday nights I have something, Tuesday nights every other week I have something, and Thursdays are when I typically do my paid chats with Patreon members and things of that nature. So Wednesday is only the only logical day that works for me anyway. So perhaps a blessing in disguise. But what that does mean is that on nights or on weeks that I'm supposed to be on worship team, Wednesday night is no longer available to me to do live streams. So the option was going to be to either cancel the Wednesday live stream on the weeks that I'm doing worship team or to bump it up to earlier in the day. And so today is a nice test run of that. I finally get to join the live, and this is exactly why, Donna, I want to test run this because while there are some people that I know will not be able to attend because it's in the middle of the afternoon, it's in the middle of the workday, there is a whole different subset of people that will be able to attend because it is in the middle of the workday or in the middle of the day. Like I know I have viewers overseas who by the time it's 10 p.m. or 7 p.m. here, it's like 2 a.m. there, and they can't watch, so they have to watch the replay. So anyway, all that to say, there is an event happening at church tonight. And my husband is actually in charge of like leading the whole production thing. And at first I was like, oh, he'll go do his thing. I'll be doing my live stream thing. No big deal. And then he texts me like the names of people who are singing, and it's people who I love to listen to, people I want to get to know better, all the different like acts and stuff that are happening in this production. And so finally I looked at him and I was like, should I go to this thing? Like, should I change my plans and go and attend this event? And so I ultimately decided that yes, I should. So here we are. I bumped the live stream so I could go to this event. I get to hang out with my small group leader while we're there and anybody else who files on in because I'm going to be going early. So my husband and I only have to take one car, and it's going to be a great time. So thank you for accommodating my last minute decision to change this live stream. So that being said, let's get into what we regularly do, which is, of course, first greet everybody. Hello, Donna and Rosie and Donna Connolly. We got two Donnas now. Lissa, hello. Didn't live stream move from Tuesday to Wednesday because of worship team stuff? I am sure it did. And that ended up working. Well, because of worship team stuff. Was it worship team stuff? Or was it, it probably was worship team stuff. And then we had small group on Mondays and that moved, or Tuesdays, and that moved to Mondays, and then it moved back to Tuesdays. It's a whole thing, y'all. Since there are two Donnas, me, Donna Sue. Cool. Okay. Yes, it did. Did I say hi to Rosie? Hi, Rosie. Michelle is here. And Rachel. Hello, Rachel. It is good to see you. Okay, my friends. So Here's the thing. I want this to function as the normal live stream. We're only 4 hours ahead of schedule, which actually means I've got a little bit more energy than I typically do at nighttime for you. Save the headache that I've had for 2 days that I don't know what's causing it. So that's really, really fun, but we're just gonna go with it. We're gonna go with it. Doing recordings for the virtual services back then. You're right. You're right. We were. So we had to go and rehearse and we rehearsed on Tuesdays up until the summer. We did, but since I shifted everything over in the last year, it didn't matter when we went back to Tuesday rehearsals. So it's fine. It's fine. And here's the thing. I need to make sure I need to keep my head on straight and make sure that I prioritize in-person events and things that I have to go out and do. And so like the internet stuff, I can always upload a video, send an email, or host a free live stream on a different day. I can always do that. It's flexible. And that's what I have to remember. I don't want to get so pulled into this schedule of not going out and participating in my community that I miss the opportunities to participate in my community. So instead, I don't like how in depth and how fantastical is this performance thing going to be tonight? It's a thing with our church's global partners. So it's going to be people from different areas of the world coming and performing and then talking about their missions work in their country. So it's going to be part presentational and part performative. But that's okay. I'm going there and like I also get to just like sit and chat with somebody for an hour, which will be nice just to hang out and be in community with people in person, which I'm realizing the more we do it, like the busier we get. We've been so stinking busy. I had choir on Monday. I had small group yesterday, which was a great time. Y'all, I got to hold a new baby. One of our small group couples had a baby and we finally got to meet her and I held do you know how heavy on these muscles a little newborn infant is? I'm holding her like this and like I'm 10 minutes in, this whole muscle's burning. I'm like, oh man, but she was so cute. She was so sweet. Oh my goodness gracious. And so that was a joy. That was an absolute joy. But we hung out in person. We didn't even do our Bible study last night. We all just hung out as a group and talked. It was great. Our small group leader dressed as Captain America to answer the door. It was hilarious. Good times. Fun times had by all. But I reemphasize the importance of, and this applies to all of you too, the importance of in-person community. Because that's really what we were meant for community. We were built for community. We were built for connection. It's important to go out and get those things when the opportunity arises to do so. So it was last minute. I had to shift some things around, but I was like, you know what? This is an opportunity that I need to make sure that I take, even if the opportunity is just to see people midweek, because it's very easy for me, especially to see nobody but my husband. And my husband has been so swamped at work that I have said, I think 3 words to my husband today. We like said good morning. I haven't even kissed him yet today. I gave him a hug while he was busy typing on the computer. And then at lunch I said, "How's your day?" And he went, and that was it. That's literally all we've communicated. And we're like 10 yards apart. Like he's just over there. So I don't even see my husband because things are crazy. And so it's just really important and it's very easy as an Enneagram 9. It's very easy to lock into the comfort. I love being at home. I love being a homebody. I love being left alone. And I am an introvert by nature. You wouldn't guess that if you interacted with me, but I'm a very extroverted introvert, but I am in fact my wiring is introversion. And so I could go for several days without like communicating with anybody and couldn't care less until I go out and I spend time with people and I go, why the heck have I not been doing this the whole time? Can anybody relate to that? Like you're so happy in your own little bubble until you step out of your bubble and realize that the outside of the bubble is much more soul fulfilling than staying in your bubble. Just me, maybe, possibly. Um, just got inside the door. I'm a bit frazzled. The 15-minute drive home took a lot longer. That's fine. Kim, hello. Good to see you. So, all of that being said, let's share highs and lows. Tell me about your highs for the week. What is your celebration? No celebration is too small. I want to hear all of it. On the flip side, if you want to share your lows, the less than stellar thing that happened to you this week that you want to talk about, great. We have also started implementing wellness wins and working on it for information on our wellness journey, celebrations and things, struggles we want to share within our wellness journey. I would love to hear those as well. So definitely my high, I would have to say is, well, first in, so we're in like tech ish for our choir rehearsal. We went to our venue and actually had choir rehearsal at our venue on Monday. And we also sang with the men's choir for some Christmas music. And so we got to rehearse it together for a little while. And it's all coming together and it all sounds so good. And it's just so, again, soul fulfilling to make music. Make music makes me so happy. And then I got to hold a baby last night and it's lovely. And y'all, remember, I'm child free by choice. But child free by choice doesn't mean I don't like kids. I just don't want them. I want to be able to give them back. And so I like when the mom was like, "Do you want to hold her?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want to hold her." And I sat down in my chair and and moms are really have been really really good. I've been very very blessed with all the moms that I've interacted with. They know me well enough to be like, "Okay, what do you need to be able to adequately hold this child?" And so I'm like, "Well, let me sit down." And she handed her off to me in a way that was comfortable for me. Which arm do you want? Blah blah. It was lovely. It was lovely. So that's definitely my high. My low is that I have a headache and I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I think it's a post-period headache, like a hormonal headache, but man, it's just brutal and it comes out of nowhere. So that's my low. My wellness win, first of all, let's talk about this sweatshirt. Had to size down in this sweatshirt. The sweatshirt that I originally posted was in a size large, and I actually went and bought a medium, and it's fabulous. It's fabulous. So that felt really good. And then yesterday, I wore my Lazy Pumpkin costume t-shirt. If you scroll back to Halloween when Alice was like 1, so 2017, I was wearing that shirt. Last year, that shirt was so tight that I did not feel comfortable wearing it out in public. I wore it out in public yesterday and it fit and it wasn't too like it was tight, but it wasn't like too tight, it wasn't restrictive. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this shirt that was like clearly too small is no longer too small. And it feels fabulous. And it's still a mind-blowing experience because I've let go of all the tracking. Like my workouts have not been stellar. I have not done a single diehard workout in so long. I'm just not in the mood right now. And I'm giving myself permission to not be in the mood. I went and I did 25 minutes on the elliptical today. That was it. A little bit of stretching. Easy peasy. Did the same thing yesterday. Just not feeling it. Not the jam. And instead of beating myself up for it, I'm just letting it happen. I'm also not getting up early. And even though I wanted to get up early, I'm not doing that. And I'm not beating myself up for that either. It's like I've finally figured out how to not beat myself up about things. Huh. Imagine that. Anyway, that's my win. Am I working on it? I don't know. I'm continuing to work on this. November is going to be a month of working on it. I am trying to write goals to like have a goals video to film for y'all. I've got a couple things down. And I don't even know. I don't even know. So I'm working on just November. I'm just working on November. Let's just put it that way. But now I want to hear from you. I have to work at making sure I get out with people. Since my husband passed away, my social life is so different. He was such a big personality. I can't even imagine if truly, if my husband wasn't around anymore, and it's funny because I'm the instigator for our social life. I'm the one that drags him out on Tuesday nights. I'm like, no, we have to go to small group. Let's go. Let's sign up for this thing. Let's do this thing. But I would be much less inclined if he wasn't around. And I can't tell you why, but yes, it is so, so, so important. I often ask myself if being out with people is even worth it. Gotta love being an introvert with 2 social anxiety disorders. It's worth it. It's worth it. You might not feel it in the moment, but it's definitely worth it. Kayla. Hi, Kayla. Highs. I got my Hell Week shirt at Orange Theory. Woohoo! So you're still loving the Orange Theory life, huh? Lows. Definitely a poor body image week. Ironic because I felt awesome at the gym. I was just about to say, wait, but you got a cool shirt at the gym. That's a bummer. But it will pass. It will pass. It's some mental work. Sometimes it's hormonal. I don't know if it's a hormonal thing, but I saw a video. I saw a TikTok not too long ago that was somebody calling out the luteal phase, which for those of you who don't know, the luteal phase is the phase between ovulation and when your period starts. So the second half of your cycle and the last part of the luteal phase is also known as PMS. It can be PMS, right? Um, and this TikTok was just talking about how no one has ever discussed with them the fact that like sometimes you just feel like garbage during your luteal phase. Just garbage. Your body image is down, your anxiety is high, you're sleeping for crap. Like just all of the things go haywire. And what was nice was the video, but what was really affirming was reading the comments on that video because there are so many women who agree with some aspect of that experience. So sometimes, especially when you get into it and you're just like, why do I just feel ugh, bleh today? Check where you are in your cycle because if you're on the other side of ovulation, it's normal and you'll come back. You'll come back from it. Um, Rachel, hi, made it to taper week. Congratulations. First half marathon is on Sunday. Wow, that's amazing. First of all, I need to give myself a little pat on the back for knowing what taper week was because I have a husband who ran a marathon, so I know all the lingo. I can't believe I made it here. That's so good. I'm so happy for you. Lowe's, my sleep has been off lately, which I hope to get back on track before Sunday. Oh no. The running, the distance running and poor sleep, not a stellar combination. Highs, had a bunch of Doritos, but not the whole bag. Woohoo! I didn't think it was ever going to be possible. I ate them mindfully. Yes, there's power in normalizing food. Y'all, I was just commenting to this with my husband. We have not one, not two, but three stellar types of desserts in this house, not to mention the different forms of ice cream we have in the freezer. I made uh I keep wanting to call them skinny bars because I originally was going to do skinny taste recipe, but I didn't. I did a regular full fat recipe. I made cranberry bliss bars yesterday to make content, and then I wanted to be able to make the content on a day that I could ship it off to small group and get rid of half of it. So I made them yesterday. We still have leftover apple pie from my vlog where I made apple pie, and I still have a remaining crumble cookie in my house from last week's crumble cookie purchase. In what world and I'm not like overly compelled to eat any of them. I ate two of the little cranberry bliss bars. I don't know why I don't have that word today. The cranberry bliss bars before I went downstairs to use the elliptical. That was like my pre-workout. And I have no compulsion to none, zero. And it's mind-boggling to me. Mind-boggling. I have children and I will forever be terrified to hold someone else's child. Yeah, it's an interesting thing. And now thankfully with Alice, I learned how to I learned how I need to hold a baby, and my sister was just like, you do what you gotta do. I trust you. So it felt really good to have these people that I obviously have not known nearly as long as I've known my sister do the same. Just like, here, take her. And we're all passing her around. My husband took her, and another couple took her. We're all holding her slightly different, and she's just chilling, having a great time. And the mom's just sitting there like, okay, cool. And I loved that. I loved that. I love giving kids back. One of my highs that I heard from my former nanny. My kids have been asking when they're going to see me again. They get so excited to see me at church. My Lowe's anxiety stuff again. Yeah, for sure. That's never a fun thing. Donna, hi, it was my date night with my husband last Friday. We saw Kinky Boots at a local theater here in New Hampshire. I love going to musicals. That's amazing. My husband and I actually have tickets to go see Beetlejuice the musical in the middle of the month, and I am so pumped because it'll be the first time I've seen like a big show, I think, since the pandemic. So I'm so excited about that. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. How was it? I hope it was fantastic. Hi, I got to the gym today and was only able to do 40 minutes. Yesterday I couldn't go, and I'm okay with both. I love it, you guys. Win. I bought a new winter coat and I got the largest size there was because it's what fit. Didn't try to size down to squeeze into it. It's a compulsion, right? We all want to do it. We all want to do it. And when we start to just accept the whole like, let me just do this crazy thing where I try on different sizes and the one that fits the best is the one I take home. Mind-boggling, isn't it? Isn't it? Oh, Michelle, big hugs, hearts and hugs to you. Working on it, trying to figure out this balance between needing structure and routine and not wanting to become rigid or reliant on external factors like food trackers and fitness trackers. Here's the thing. I read something It might have even been in it might have been in response to one of your questions in that intuitive eating group that you, Donna, and I are in. And it was something about how just because you're intuitive eating doesn't mean you don't have structure or something to that effect. And I was like, duh. Like, I still have a general structure. I still have a rule where I eat protein at breakfast time, or every meal I have has protein in it, or something like that. Like I still live by these general rules. Why? Because I know that they make me feel good and they make me function properly. I make sure that I'm getting enough fiber. I'm drinking my water, even though what I really want is another cup of coffee. Um, yeah. Yeah. So structure, like you can still have structure. It's not zero structure or complete utter rigidity. Live in the middle. Live in the middle. This is not going to serve you. This is not going to serve you. This in the middle is what's going to serve you. You can have guidelines. You give us guidelines. When Donna's talking to us about intuitive eating, you give her guidelines that why don't you live by those guidelines? Oh, well, if I don't answer to hunger signals, I eat every 5 hours or something. Live by the guidelines that you give other people. What is Hell Week? I'm hoping Kayla answers because in terms of Orange Theory, I don't know what Hell Week is. In the theater world, Hell Week is also known as Tech Week because we're all rehearsing until really, really late and we're putting the whole thing together and it's just chaos. The best chaos in the world, though. And is seeing a whipped cream salad dressing dip thing at Target a low? What? Wait. Tell me. So I thought the other day, in a flash of some social media thing, I saw whipped cream ranch dressing. Did I actually see that? It was literally just like a flash as I was scrolling, and by the time I had processed what my eyes took in, it was gone and I couldn't go back and find it. Did my brain make that up, or is that actually a thing that's in existence? Like ranch dressing in a whipped cream can. My cycle is post. Low, my cognitive issues are getting worse. I'm so sorry to hear that. Do you know of things that you can do to help with that? Are there vitamins that you could and should be taking to help with brain and things of that nature? I'm scoping out the clearance Halloween goodies for single serving treats. Nice, nice. The coat's a perfect match for one of my favorite colors. It always feels good. It always feels good to get something in your favorite color. Like this is a perfect summer brown. It is the most perfect summer brown, and it's got rhinestones on it. Like, tell me this sweatshirt was not made for me. Tell me it's not. Yup, I had chocolate chip pancakes for breakfast today, but made with Kodiak cake mix. Yes, love that. Kinky Boots is fantastic. We didn't want it to end. Enjoy Beetlejuice. I'm so excited about Beetlejuice. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It just ends up spiraling and I become too rigid. I need to find my last cognitive testing 2 or 3 years ago. Oh yeah, that's something you definitely want to track the progression of for sure. 8 days of extra tough workouts. So do they just like schedule a hell week every once in a while and you opt in to participate or not? Is that how it works? You're just like, oh guys, this week's gonna be hell week. Yeah, so it's aerated with oh. Why does that bother me? Why does that bother me? Why does the idea oh, there's another like me and my dairy aversions. I love dairy. Remember, I love dairy. I do. The idea of ranch dressing coming out of one of those whipped cream containers is revolting to me. Oh my gosh. My low is we didn't get many trick-or-treaters last night, and I planned on way too much candy in my house. Yikes. It's okay. It's okay. And Donna, if you haven't been around here for a while, you know, or you might not know that like we're in the intuitive eating jam now. We are in the food freedom. We can, oh, this is a perfect segue into one of my announcements, y'all. We can make peace with our food. We can do it. And here's my little announcement, and then I will keep on going through the the comments. I'm in the beginning stages of working on a course all about literally this very thing that Donna is talking about. And it is finding the control, letting go of the emotional eating side of things and being able to be at peace around your favorite foods, being able to live the experience that I am living of having like 3 different very delicious desserts in the house and not feeling the compulsion to overeat a single one of them. My working title is Making Peace with Pizza, and then there's like a subtitle of like letting go of emotional eating and transforming your relationship with food. It's going to be solely a course focused on that element, that journey of getting you started with how to make peace with those food. Like Donna Sue says she's doing with her Doritos, and the cupcake story that I uploaded, gosh, back at the beginning of Vlogtober. All of these experiences are experiences that I want to teach you how to have because I've been there and I've worked through it and I figured out how. So how does this pertain to you right now? Well, in this awesome course that I'm taking, I'm literally taking, how very meta of me, I'm taking a course on course making. This is the textbook. It's giant and it weighs 5 million pounds. But I'm literally taking a course on course making because I love the idea of being able to put some of the things that I create into course work. My Fall into Fitness Challenge has a little mini course that goes with it, and I'm loving being able to offer that as an option. I also want to turn my group coaching into kind of like a 10-week course launch type situation too, where you get a 10-week module, like a module a week, and you get the Facebook group and the group coaching situation all tied up in a pretty little bow. But I wanted to start with this before I leaned into like the really big, heavy duty, high ticket item. Why am I telling you this now? One of the strategies we are learning is called the first 10 strategy. And this affords people the opportunity to come get on board with this course before it even launches. And not just that, but you get it at a deep, deep, deep discount. And you, as one of the people who's my first 10, you get to help me design the course content. You get to give me your direct feedback about struggles you're having, things you would like to see, elements you would love, PDFs on this or a module on this, or can you talk about this? You get to directly give the feedback for what goes into this course. So, the dates that you need to know are, Andy, you found us. I was thinking of you. And I was like, oh, I don't know if Andy's going to find out that my live stream is early today. So I'm glad you made it, my friend, I'm glad you made it. So all of that to say, from now until my birthday, which is November 14th, so 2 weeks, I'm looking for those first 10 people to make that commitment. The actual launch day, start day of the course is not until January 15th. So you're hedging your bets and you're planning ahead and you're investing in yourself early. But you get to give the feedback on this course about this very topic right here. If you are interested in doing that, I'm offering it to the first 10 at half price. Literally half off the price that it's going to be when I launch the thing. So if you are interested, think about it, mull it over, but the link to it is actually down below. It says like be one of my first 10 or something like that. And there's a link. And I already threw together a checkout today because I wanted to be able to have all of this information ready. So thank you for saying that. That reaction heart is annoying. What reaction heart? I'm on StreamYard. I'm not on YouTube, so I don't see what you're reacting to. My high is I joined a new gym. Always so fun. The same one my daughter goes to. We went last week twice. We were supposed to go again today, but she wasn't feeling well. I didn't go, but I worked out at home. That's so fun. And I love that you have the opportunity to go with your daughter now, because for a lot of people, sometimes that camaraderie, that accountability, the external accountability will really help you show up. If you call her and be like, hey, let's go to the gym, I'll meet you there, you're going to show up because she's expecting you, right? It works. It's beautiful. Oh, so it's once a year. Interesting. Okay. Oh, man. We only got 5 trick-or-treaters. Whipped dressing in a can. I cannot. That's exactly my face. Oh. The worst thing is it's right next to the sweet whipped cream. Oh. Oh no. Can you imagine? I'm going to say it. Can you imagine if you were buying whipped cream for your pumpkin pie and you actually accidentally buy the ranch dressing instead? Oh, no supplements that I've heard of have any proof that they work, and it's not just memory loss. It's like having ADHD and meds for that could screw with my Bipolar disorder. Yeah, then you've got other things that you need to take into consideration for sure. Yeah, and there's no there's some people that talk about certain things for certain cognitive things, but how much proof is there that it works? I don't know. Um, I do take lion's mane when I remember, and sometimes that feels really good. Champy is chiming in. Oh, I can just hear him in my head meowing. Um, Will the course be on Zoom? No, so it's a course. It will be on Kajabi, and it will be a like a pre-recorded well actually the first 10 get to help me decide how we want to do this, but I think I'm going to do it pre-recorded. So it's all going to be content that's on a platform that you will get to go watch at your discretion. And we will have a nice little like Facebook group or community group or something that goes in the same time as the launch for the handful of weeks that the course is, but you will have lifetime access to the course, which means the first iteration will come out, but then as time goes by, I will add, I will update, I will make better, improve, and all those things to this course, but you will have access to it forever, which means that you will be able to use it and be part of the changes and everything. So it's probably not going to be live coached. It's going to be pre-recorded. Just because I can be a lot more direct, keep things much more simple and things like that. I hold on to structure and plan too tightly where I ignore my body's signal for the rest of this sale of that goal, but without structure I do nothing. You need light structure. Light structure. Lori, hello. Good to see you. So far, there's plenty of people hanging out with me at 3 p.m. I love this. There's a little heart where you can send reactions and it can't be removed. Oh, okay. I understand. I'm confused. Did the Wednesday afternoon start today? So it's not like an official, it's going to be every week. Although if people keep showing up in these numbers, then maybe it will be. I don't know. Maybe we can take a vote, but I don't want to just blindside the people for the 7 that come to the 7 p.m. time. But today I have a conflict. So it just conveniently worked out that after I announced that thing, I needed to bump the live stream. So we're test driving it. We are test driving it. Of marshmallow whipped cream. That's fine. Marshmallow whipped cream, I can get behind. Well, I can get behind, meaning I'm not repulsed by it. I don't like whipped cream. Hot take. I don't like whipped cream. It has to be a really, really good whipped cream in order for me to be like, yes, please put whipped cream on my stuff. If whipped creams, like if desserts come with whipped cream in a restaurant, I will ask for it without the whipped cream. Do not put whipped cream on my desserts because 9 times out of 10, the whipped cream tastes like garbage to me. And I know this is a blasphemous thing because there are a lot of people in this world that love whipped cream. There are 2 exceptions. There are 2 exceptions to whipped cream that I will eat. Number 1 is there is one particular bakery in Elk Grove Village, Illinois, where we ended up doing. I went to school with the children of the owners of this bakery, and so for one like pep rally night or some big thing, we ended up doing like pie or teacher or something. And the pies that we used for our choral contribution, the choir was doing it, was vats of whipped cream from this particular bakery. And so we got whipped cream everywhere. And I remember like licking my fingers because it's whipped cream. And theirs was actually a very, very sweet whipped cream. And so I really liked that one. And then so like that, I was like, well, Jerish whipped cream is fine. Not all whipped cream is fine, but Jerish whipped cream is fine. That one bakery. 2 is I put homemade whipped cream in the Christmas tree cake that I make every year because that's what my grandma did. But again, so I think maybe whipped cream is just not sweet enough for me. That might be what it is. But that whipped cream is used in between the layers of vanilla wafer cookies. And as it sits overnight, the whipped cream seeps into the cookies, thus creating the cake. And so the whipped cream is just in the middle of and inside these Nilla wafer cookies. So you're really getting the intense sugary vanilla-y goodness of the wafers, not the whipped cream itself. Those are the 2 times that I go, I enjoy this whipped cream. This is fine. Every other time, I think whipped cream is repulsive and I am team buttercream all the way. I will put a piece of cake down or just eat the cake and not the frosting if it is frosted in whipped cream. I will. And that's saying something. I can discuss because emotional eating has been my struggle recently. I also hate the heart. I wish I could do something for y'all with the heart, but it's not my problem to fix. I can tell everyone else is actually doing it is a different story. So that right there, I would challenge you to journal as to why. Journal and list out all of your excuses. List out all of the reasons why you think that won't work. Pick one of the things like eating every couple of hours or whatever thing you somehow believe you can't do and journal it out. Write down every excuse in the book and then go back and read them and process them and see if they make sense once you get them out on paper. You got to start processing through these emotions. You can't just sit there and simmer in them. You have to do something about them. You have to take action in them. I ate the whole container. I just, no. Repulsive to me. Absolutely repulsive. I did once buy Cool Whip that was like Oreo Cool Whip. That wasn't so bad. But no, you could put bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles and bottles of whipped cream in my house and I won't touch them. I will not touch them. I will never feel compelled to squirt whipped cream into my mouth ever. I'm often tempted to just order whipped cream with caramel sauce at Starbucks. Nice. However, the Cheesecake Factory, oh yeah, don't you put whipped cream on my Cheesecake Factory cheesecake. Don't you dare. Awful. And I used to make best hot chocolate one year. Got whipped cream canister and made an orange whipped cream for my dark. Oh, nice. Whipped cream and saving foam taste the same. Shaving foam tastes the same. You know, Auntie, you're not wrong. You're not wrong at all. I've been eating, mindlessly snacking when not hungry all week. I'm patting myself on the back today. I stayed home today, been listening to my hunger signals and not eating mindlessly. This is yes, this is what you got to do. So here's the thing. The only thing that you need to do, first of all, I've been telling people this all week and I can't help myself because I just think it's too good and I can't remember where I read it, but it's true. And it's for my people that like to say, oh, I can't control myself around X. You are in total control of your actions. You are in total control of your actions. Period. Hard stop. No one else is making you do something. No one else is making you do something. You are in total control of your actions. And so because of that, you get to choose whether or not you eat the whole bag of something. I'm going to use this as an example because I just finished my mini M&Ms while I was up here. And this is a poor example because they've been sitting up here for 4 days and I haven't touched them. But you are in control as to whether or not you eat this whole bag or you eat some and you go and you stop and you think and you go, I'm satisfied, and you put them away and forget about them for 4 days like I did. You're in total control of those choices. No one else is, just you. So remember that. Second, the one thing that you need to do, the one thing to start this adventure is when you're going to go have a snack on something, ask yourself one question. Am I hungry? And if the answer is no, have the control to go do something else. And then when you're hungry, you can have the thing. But if you're not hungry, don't eat. If you're not hungry, don't eat. Period. That has been fundamentally game-changing for so many people in all of my groups lately. It's like, oh, when I actually stop and listen to my hunger and realize I'm not hungry, I don't eat the thing. Imagine that. But you have to have the discipline to stop and ask yourself that question first. I have skipped dinner twice this week. For better, for worse. It's not the best thing. My food timing is all jacked up, and I don't anticipate it getting better until a couple weeks from now because everything is just chaos right now. But like I skipped lunch today. Have not eaten lunch. My again with the name, my cranberry bliss bars were literally the thing I ate before I went downstairs to work out. That was the last thing I've eaten outside of I think 15 mini M&Ms. And I was getting hungry right before I started here, but knowing I have to leave the house around 5:00 today, I was like, no, instead of going downstairs and getting a snack because you're hungry now, how about you let that simmer a little bit and actually go eat the dinner you cooked 2 days ago that you haven't eaten yet? Huh, imagine that. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to eat dinner at 4 p.m. because I'll actually get to have a real meal. It's been crazy. But if I stop and I listen to, am I hungry or not? You eat a lot less. At least I do, which tells me I was eating a lot of times when I was not hungry. I was eating because of the clock or because of my tracker. And both of those are not great reasons to eat. Lissa, my hero. I've often thought of just ordering whipped cream and caramel. I like it there because it's real heavy cream. Yum. My hot chocolate's made by melting chocolate. I mean, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Does anybody, I know we've talked about this before. I know we have, but I'm going to call it out again. Do y'all remember? And I saw something recently. Is Trader Joe's getting drinking chocolate? Anyway, for a hot second, it's Starbucks. These are the Starbucks loyalists that are going to have heard of this. It was years ago. Might have been while I was in high school. They did this thing called Shantico, and it was literally drinking chocolate. And the first time I had it, my mind melted. My mind just literally just melted with pleasure. It was this little cup, it's like a pup cup size cup. But it's like drinking, it's like someone just put a freaking chocolate bar in there and just melted it. Oh my gosh. They haven't had it for years, but they had it for a period of time, and it was my favorite way to go treat myself. Just go get a little Shantico, it's a little portion control thing, and man, was it stellar. It was so good. Slate today and getting spam comments off of here because YouTube makes it more difficult. It's fine. I've only seen one, unless you're really mastering them so quickly that I haven't seen them. I may have to toss a random emoji just to push the comments up. That's fine. Do what you got to do. Cool Whip is all chemicals. Yeah. The only time I eat Cool Whip is it's the frosting on the Christmas tree cake. So my grandma decided that it would be a good idea to make a cake with both whipped cream and Cool Whip. Not entirely whipped cream, but has to be those two elements. So the whipped cream is in the middle of the cake in between all the layers, and the Cool Whip frosts it on the outside. Don't ask me why. When I get to heaven, I will ask her why she did it this way. We never asked questions when she was alive, but we just did what she told us to do. It's more like butter than whipped cream. Technically everything is all chemicals. It's true. I'm 22nd or 300 stone or 308 pounds. Great. And is that improvement? That's awesome. Good for you. Whipped cream, there's whipped cream that's a little more natural. For sure. I went to the chocolate store at the outlet mall, left with 25 truffles, which I'm saving for December to make my own advent calendar. I love that. I usually have raspberries and yogurts at my lunch as my dessert for my lunch. I got so into the Doritos, I forgot to eat the raspberries. I'll have them later. Exactly. You'll have them later. That's fine. I'll stick to my black coffee. That's fair. It's not a caffeinated beverage. It's definitely a desserty type beverage, but it is still so stinking delicious. Oh, I like the memory flooding back. I remembered the Starbucks I was at when I tried it for the first time. Oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good, y'all. So I have a question for y'all. It's November 1st. How many people are in Christmas mode? If I could raise my arm higher, I would, but I can't. So, oh wow, way to go, Andy. Are you feeling better? Are you feeling better? Because I am. And thankfully, a friend from church who I follow on Instagram, she's the same way. She's like, and it's November 1st, so Christmas music. And I was like, you know what? So you know what I did before my healthy meeting today? In the last couple minutes before my healthy meeting, I played my signature Christmas song, which is Andy Williams' version of It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year. And I listened to it, and I enjoyed every second of it. And my first cup of coffee this morning was pumpkin spice coffee because I have one more pumpkin spice pod. And then I switched I purchased, as you saw if you watched my last vlog, I purchased the Chobani peppermint mocha creamer. Guys, it's actually very good. I approve. It is a creamer that is sweetened with sugar, and I find it to be delicious and very satisfying. So the Chobani creamers, might have to try another one. Still going to order my 12-pack of the Nut Pods peppermint mocha, but I am intrigued by the Chobani ones because I really like the idea of the coffee creamers that are just like yes, it has natural flavors in it, but I've gotten over the natural flavors thing. Whatever, everything has natural flavors in it. But it's like milk, cream, sugar, cocoa, and peppermint oil. I was like, that's perfect. That's exactly what a creamer needs to be for peppermint mocha. So if you've tried the Chobani ones, my brain is just a million different places. It fell off of the tracks. And then as soon as I started to make a train analogy, do you know what I pictured? The Hogwarts Express. Because I finished my Chamber of Secrets audiobook today because we have a Harry Potter book club meeting tomorrow. By the way, we have a Harry Potter book club meeting tomorrow, friends. And we're going to talk about the Chamber of Secrets. My brain is all over creation. All over creation. But yes, I'm in Christmas mode and I'm not sad about it. My cranberry bliss bars were the first piece of Christmas content. I don't plan on releasing that until like knee deep into the Christmas season. But I filmed it yesterday in a Halloween shirt. Mind you, in a Halloween shirt. You can't see my shirt because it's just like overhead footage. I haven't filmed like an intro or an outro yet, but it's just overhead footage of me filming this stuff or making this thing. But I made a Christmas recipe on Halloween. And I'm not sorry. I'm not at all. Weird to switch over so early. It's not weird. Now it's just a race for the clock. Let's check in with Light FM 93.9. This is my thing from home. Oh, hang on. Y'all. Is that for real? I need somebody to be in. Are any of you in Chicago? I need y'all to turn on the actual radio. Is that for real? Because I just went to Light FM 93.9 and it says Chicago's Christmas station. I need somebody to go to their car and turn on 93.9. Actually, can my sisters do it? Is 93.9 playing? No one said anything to me. Christmas music in the car. But apparently on the website, there it is. This is the radio station that I grew up listening to. Grew up listening to this every year. And so the race was always what comes first, the Christmas music or my birthday. That's always been the race that I have played. And it started with my birthday always came first. And it has just kept getting closer and closer. There was one day where they made the switch at midnight on my birthday. So it's a race, but apparently, according to the website, they're already playing Christmas music. So it's fine. If the lights switched over, then Christmas is a go-go. Go ahead. Let's have 2 months of Christmas. If Christmas makes you happy, have freaking 2 months of Christmas. Do it. Do it. Andy, I'm so glad to hear that. I watched a Hallmark Christmas movie the other day, my guilty pleasure. I tell you guys this every year, but my grandfather has taken a liking to the Hallmark Christmas movies. So I guarantee you, when we go over there in a few weeks, there will probably be a Hallmark Christmas. If Hallmark is running them, there will be a Hallmark Christmas movie on the TV. And he will tell me the same thing. And now it's going to start to snow. And then they're going to share hot cocoa. And then they're going to kiss and it's going to be over. Because that's the plot of literally every single Hallmark Christmas movie. Yes, no, I'm starting them now. Why? Because if I finish them, I can go buy more. Still in Halloween mode here due to events in May and last. Oh, yeah. So you guys are kind of playing catch up on all the events then. Christmas flavor good. Ooh, I don't know how to feel about that. My ringtone for the season is Christmas Don't Be. Oh, nice. That's great. You know, I have a ringtone. I need to pull that up. Thank you for that reminder. I do have a ringtone that I turn on the Andy Williams song as my ringtone. Kim's ready for Christmas. I started thinking about doing my Hanukkah cards, which starts December 7th, and I will do the Christmas cards. Yeah, definitely. I was going to say Hanukkah. That's early for Hanukkah, isn't it? Wow. I've always switched over when the radio station I listened to as a child switched over. Yeah. Well, apparently mine switched over already. So there's that. Yes, they announced it this morning. Oh, my mom has confirmed. My mom has confirmed that in the car you can listen to Christmas music in Chicago now. So You're welcome, folks. You can officially listen to Christmas music because the Light FM in Chicago said so. That's why I listen to German rock and German heavy metal. I wait to put up my decorations and change my ringtone till the day after Thanksgiving. But I've been pumpkin spicing it for weeks. I used to be that way. And then I've just decided that Christmas makes me happy. And so here's my problem. We're on Christmas now, y'all. Happy November 1st, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to talk about Christmas. Why? Because it makes me happy. Unless there's something else y'all want to talk about, let me know. But so in Chicago, when we lived in the Chicagoland area, it was a lot easier to wait until mid-November, right? And because like we didn't have to travel as much for the holidays, we have to travel this year. We leave in 2 weeks, and I'm not ready. I am not ready at all to begin this hiatus of not being home. And I'm just like I want to go, but also I don't. I really just want to stay here. So there's that. But here, we don't get to decorate anymore because we keep traveling. There's no point. There is no point in decorating if we're gone literally the entire season, right? So we only decorated here in 2019. And then once the pandemic hit, we stopped because we've been doing extended stays in Florida. Fine. It's the season that we're in. I have a hope. I have a dream. I have a future where we upgrade our home and we tell people, hey, y'all are coming to us this year because I don't want to travel. So come on up to Minnesota or wherever the heck we are because that's where we're spending Christmas this year. And it happens. That's my dream. I'm putting that out there into the universe. And I know it's just a season of life that I am in where I don't get to decorate my house anymore. And it's just a season and it's okay. But that being said, because of that, I have decided that this year specifically, because like I've been very good about like wallowing in self-pity over the winter, the Minnesota winter and stuff when we get stuck in winter. And I'll be stuck in the majority of winter this year, which is fine. It's fine. I'll be home. It'll be great. We're going to make the most of it. But I've decided that the Christmas themed things, that is not putting up the Christmas tree and all of the intense decorating, but like the little spots of Christmas joy, like Christmas music. Or I just placed a huge Christmas Bath and Body Works order with all of my favorite scents, where my scent, the second it hits my nose, I'm filled with so much joy. And this happens to me every year. Winter candy apple. Every time it's a new smell that I'm reintroducing, the sheer level of joy that I feel inside. I am very much a smell-oriented human being. Is astronomical. It's absolutely astronomical. So what did I do? I bought myself my favorite, I've got like the 3 little mini sprays of the classic scents: winter candy apple, vanilla bean Noel, and twisted peppermint. I've got a bunch of different shower gels. I've got and 2 candles and hand soaps. And I looked at my husband weeks ago and I said, we're going to extend Christmas all freaking winter if I want to. We're going to keep on buying the Christmas themed things until I can't get them anymore, like the limited edition foods and things like that. And maybe I'll just keep cooking Christmas goodies. Like anything I can do to make winter a little bit more bearable and a little bit more joyful. It doesn't matter if December 25th is Christmas. If I want to be doing Christmas on January 25th, I can do Christmas on January 25th and nobody is going to stop me. That's the decision that I made a couple weeks ago because I'm doing everything within my power to just be joyful this winter. And, it gave me a run for its money. The first snow I was driving in as it was pouring down, and now it has since mostly melted. It's like 90% gone. We can see the grass and everything again. But I was driving home on Monday I didn't share this picture publicly, but I shared it in groups. You know how in like Star Trek and Star Wars, when people go into warp speed, do you see that? Focus on the phone. Focus on the phone, please. Just once. You see that? That's literally what it looked like when I was driving. And I'm not exaggerating even a little bit. That's literally what it looked like because it was blowing sideways and I was driving into it. And so my first foray into winter was not a happy one, but all things considered, I'm trying very, very hard to have a very good spirit about winter this year. I got myself new electric blankets. I'm this close to getting myself getting electric slippers. Like, I'm going to do everything in my power to keep that attitude positive about living here in Minnesota because I love Minnesota most of the year. So let's see if we can't boost that attitude just a little bit this year. Tell you what. I tell you what. I think not saving all the seasonal treats for 1 month and eating them whenever I can will help with the whole scarcity mindset. Yes. The thing that helped me the most with the scarcity mindset is figuring out that I can make things myself. Like those bars I made, I don't have to worry about Starbucks having them or not having them because I can make them whenever I want. If I want them in June, I can have them in June and ain't nobody going to stop me. And it really helps. It really helps. My cat has something to say to. I volunteered to work during the holidays. The weekday receptionist was thrilled. Oh, that's so nice of you. That's so nice of you. Christmas is a sheer pain. Oh, I needed hand soaps. Yes, Bath and Body Works. Bath and Body Works Christmas has my heart. It has my heart. I want to change the ringtone, but to shine by Newsboys. Nice. It's a fantastic way to look at it. I try. I really do. I have a cat tail in my hand. Nice. I don't see any feline contributions. But yeah, my friends. So I'm in the Christmas mood. I'm just in the like not full on, not full on. I can't wait until we get to decorate a house, put up some do festive things, but like I'm ready to just embrace the little elements, the little things that make the everyday special during the holiday season. I might have listened to a Christmas playlist multiple times in the last month. Like in October, I turn it on when I needed a little extra pep in my step. Why? Because that music makes me feel good. When I use the certain smells, it makes me feel good. I'm way into like just loving on myself and taking care of myself and doing things that make me feel good. And it's kind of a weird way to live when you have been trying for so long to like change yourself that to like the embracing of who you are right now and just deciding to love on yourself instead is a really weird mindset shift, y'all. It's a really weird mindset shift, let me tell you. I find that I get so much holiday stuff that it's almost a restrict overdoing it thing with seasonal goodies. Yeah. And let me tell you, I have not felt compelled. Like I've been excited about things, but the number of pumpkin spice things that I've purchased, you know what my favorite purchase other than the Kringle, because Kringle is just a given, but like the Trader Joe's purchase that I was most excited about was the freaking holiday hash. The stuff that was made out of vegetables was the thing I was most excited about this season. It tasted so good. I went back and got more. I bought the pumpkin biscotti. I think I ate 2 of them, maybe 3, and my husband ate the rest of them, and I didn't even care. I was like, you knock your socks off. I also purchased 2 small containers of holiday themed or fall themed ice cream from Target. And I ate 1 serving of one, and by 1 serving, I mean I opened it and ate out of the pint once, and I haven't even opened the other one. My husband's been eating those too, and I'm not heartbroken. I'm not heartbroken. And it's just the weirdest thing to be like, "It's fine. It'll be back next year." The one holiday thing that I was miffed about was Starbucks had the audacity to get rid of the pumpkin scone. There are a couple of treats that I treat myself to once a year. The pumpkin scone is one of them. I don't need it every time I go, but I find it to be a pleasurable experience. It's delicious. The icing is kind of soft and a little bit chewy. Like it's overall a very palatable experience for me. So I buy one once a year when pumpkin season starts. Without thinking, I went to Starbucks to drive home from Illinois one day and I was like, today's the day. It's fall. Or I guess it was to drive to Illinois. It was here that I went. I'm like, I'm gonna get my scone as my food for the road. I got myself a breakfast sandwich. I was gonna get myself a scone. And I ordered a scone and the lady looked at me and she's like, pumpkin scone? We don't have any pumpkin scones. I'm like, are you all out? And she goes, no, I don't think they released them this year. What? What? I even looked at her. I'm like, I'm not mad at you. But why? Why is that a thing? Instead, they put out some like apple croissant thing, which I ordered instead. It was fine, but it was no pumpkin scone. So like that was the only thing that I was like, really? But even then, I haven't thought about that pumpkin scone in weeks until just now. Because I'm like, oh, whatever. It's fine. Not a big deal. But y'all, um, no, Kringle, not Pringles. Kringle. I still have a full pumpkin Kringle in my freezer. I do not. I ate all of the Kringle. And now, according to Talia, the Trader Joe's person on TikTok, they have almond Kringle now. Thankfully, I don't have a need to go to Trader Joe's until I'm in Florida, so we'll see. We'll see what I get there. The only Christmas treat I want, I'll be trying the sugar cookie drink this year. I'm not gonna lie, I tried the sugar cookie drink last year and I thought it was not good. I thought it was not good at all. My friend Jordan says they must have made it wrong because it's delicious. And I was like, it's just not good. But I tried the iced apple crisp oat milk latte, and that thing was freaking fabulous. It was very, very good, and I would get it again. I really enjoyed it. The Trader Joe's little gingerbread men, yes, those are the things. So here's the thing. There are a handful of things at Trader Joe's absolutely worth getting during the holiday season. My short list is Jingle Jangle and those gingerbread sandwich cookies with the icing in the middle. They're fresh, they're chewy, they're delicious. Oh my gosh. And of course, the gingerbread men. The gingerbread men scratch an itch that is, again, my nostalgic side. I'm big on nostalgia in the holiday season. I love, like, you can't stop me from listening to the old school Andy Williams, Sinatra, Nat King Cole, all of them. That's Christmas music to me. Remake it all you want, but like that's Christmas music. And I also love the stuff that reminds me of Christmas as a kid, back when Christmas felt a lot more magical. And every year we'd get these little gingerbread men that had just the little bit of icing on the outside. And they were delicious. And they used to be by a company whose name I now cannot remember, but I think Archway bought them. Mini. What was the name of it? I think it came in. It started with a B. I want to say it started with a B. I'm trying to see if it happens to pop up, and it did not. But they came in a box every year. There were like 3 or 4 different brands of cookies, and they came in a box, and they were my favorite thing. I bought multiple boxes every single year. No, I don't see them. Drat. It started with a B, and I just can't remember what it was called, but it was used to be Archway. Now it was Archway, but Archway doesn't even make them anymore. And so these Trader Joe's ones are the closest thing to that bite of nostalgia. And so I love buying those too. So those are my top 3 for Trader Joe's Christmas goodies. Not including the Kringle, which is a given. I think I've realized I don't love the pumpkin one. I'm good with a couple pieces, but I don't need a whole one. Fair enough. Driving home for Christmas. Yep. All right, friends. 4 o'clock. We did the thing. Congratulations to us. Thank you. Thank you for being here, and thank you for shifting your schedule to come and hang out with me for an hour now so I can go do some things later. Let me know if you think, and like put it in the comments or message me or whatever, if this is a better time for you than 7 p.m. my time, because it's a lot easier to do it this way, actually. But I want to make sure that I'm, fair and taking other people's abilities into consideration. But for those of you that made the change for me, thank you so much. I need to come up with a way. I did post on YouTube today that this was happening early. I need to come up with an effective way to communicate. Hey, live stream's going to be at 7 or live stream's going to be at 3. But either way, I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Thank you so much. Take care, and I will see you all next week. Bye, guys.